This is Jim at FreeChartVideos.com using time-honored techniques to understand modern markets. We're going to look at the S&P 500, and this is the daily update. This video is for educational purposes only and is not intended to be used as any form of investment advice. Feel free to look at it and consider it, but if you make your investment decisions based upon it, you do so at your own risk. I can draw lines on charts, but only you can draw your own conclusions and do your own due diligence to make investment decisions that are suitable for your financial situation. I'm not a licensed professional, just a guy that draws lines on charts. So let's look at the S&P. We're starting off looking at a 30-minute chart. Each bar is 30 minutes. And you'll recall that we were in a large, really nice channel that was working for 9 weeks, coming up off of the 1040 low, the right of the right shoulder of the inverted head and shoulders that formed after the flash crash. If you have questions about that, go look at one of the videos that I did back in October. It pretty much shows what was going on back then. So anyway, we were up in this channel. Well, what the heck? I'll show you. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, see, now it messes up on me. All right, there. Now it works. There's the inverted head and shoulders. Here's the channel I was just talking about. That broke down. We went sideways, and then we started headed back up. So this move up that we've been in for about the past, about a month, has been in another channel that has behaved pretty well. It's a little bit more ragged and not as nice as the one that we came out of, but it's also narrower. And it's my feeling that this is probably the last channel we will be in until we hit some type of intermediate consolidation or correction. It may look something like what happened back here, or if this red line breaks, or if we have another support break other than the channel, then it could be a little bit more severe. But right now, I'm thinking that, well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking because I may be wrong. Let's wait till we get there. So, we're in this channel. Yesterday, we were looking at it, and I mentioned that after that really strong move at the open yesterday and then starting to turn back down, I said, I think we're going to head back down and probably test support here or here. Well, the market decided to make me look stupid. It said, okay, smarty pants, you say it's going to test support here or here. I'm going to throw you for a loop. We're going to do it right in between. And so that's what happened. Just like we tested resistance between two expected areas of resistance, we then came back down and tested support between two different areas of support. And there may be some actual logic to that, because this move overshot this but couldn't make here. So that put a little bit more selling pressure into the downdraft where, well, it should have caught here, but we got a few more people who really bought a little higher than they should, so it's going to dip down below this line. To my eyes, right now, it looks pretty clear that tomorrow, the 5th, should be an up day, that we should come up and at least test this 1275, 1276 area. Barring some unforeseen world events. I always say that because there are things that can happen. But once again, we are in a situation. Oh, by the way, you can see we closed underneath this line and back tested it. So at least there was some homage paid to this line, early today. So what's happening right now? Why do I say I think we're going to have an up day? Well, let's look at the 3-minute chart. To begin with, the down channel, which was slightly convergent, which is generally bullish, that broke. Additionally, we got back over this line. That line almost, well, didn't quite hold. You can see that where it looked like this line was starting to get a little respect. We just said, to heck with it. We need to go down lower and get rid of some of these people that bought up here. Either that or give them a good scare. So anyway, what I think we are now looking at is a very small, and I mean very small, inverted head and shoulders right here. And again, it's such a small pattern, I almost hesitate to point it out, but it is there. And if it does what it's supposed to do, then things should head up for this line. If this line breaks, then look for a potential test of the blue line and a move possibly to the 1280s, not necessarily tomorrow. So I kind of have this suspicion that we may be in a little sideways action in this channel now, because it failed to hit here, it failed to hit here, so that tells me there isn't enough buying interest to take it up to the top, but there also isn't enough selling interest to take it down to the bottom. And so I think that means we probably are going to be sideways for a few days. Just a guess. But the important thing about technical analysis isn't being a perfect prognosticator. You know, I mean, I've gotten things pretty strong and pretty right over the past few months. But the real value in technical analysis is for you to know what a particular move means. It's not that you can predict the future as much as when something happens in the present, you can understand that this is either a consequential or a non-consequential move. When we bounced and got over this line right here, at least for today, that was a consequential move. When we dipped back down, then broke out over this line, I think that is not a huge move, but it's a move of some consequence. That means we should now head up for about 1275, 1276 tomorrow. If, however, when we get there, we bounce off this, head down, and then break this and break this, then, you know, we know, well, what can we expect now? Well, we can expect some additional downside to 1256. If that breaks, well, then we can expect more down to about 1247. So you can see how these trend lines, with the exception of here and here, tend to produce bounces and tend to produce, when those lines break, tend to produce large moves. So anyway, I'm a little bit rambling because I'm tired. But anyway, that's the S&P 500, the daily update today. Again, I'm looking for a baby bull day tomorrow. And hopefully, you know, this market just keeps on trucking. It's actually showing a little bit more strength than I was expecting. So maybe it's going to surprise some other people too. Take care. I hope you enjoyed the video. And when you get a chance, please stop by freechartvideos.com. I remind you that the website is supported by your traffic, and I'm not charging for this because I don't like the way expensivechartvideos.com sounds. I just don't think that would fly. Take care. Hope you had a good day in the markets today.